From the Kozlowski Gymnasium here on the campus of Arlington High School, Arlington Community Media Inc. presents Arlington High School Boys Varsity Basketball. Tonight, the Spy Ponders of Arlington High School host the Minutemen of Lexington High School. Hello everyone, I'm Don Phelan, and happy to have for the first time this season my partner Matt Rury. Kevin Wetmore from ACMI is here doing the camera work, and we say thank you to him. So Matt, welcome to your first game this season. It's been a great season for the Ponders so far, an overall record of 15-1, 14-0 in the Middlesex League.
Sounds good to me, Don. I like the fact that they're playing well, and I'm looking forward to seeing them today because we all know that Coach Bowler has a team that plays hard year in, year out, regardless of how many times they get a win out there. So I'm just looking forward to a fun game.
Tonight's opponent, the Minutemen of Lexington High School, with an overall record of 5-12. So Arlington's going to have to be careful tonight to not take this team lightly. It's a team that has some talented players, and anytime you take a league foe lightly, you open yourself up for trouble.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to have a letdown. They call it a trap game in the pros, you know. So this is something that the Spy Ponders really need to focus, and they need to just make sure that they're executing their offense and their defense the way that the coach has asked them to do, and I think they'll probably be fine against this opponent who has struggled on the year.
So now you have the starting lineup for the Minutemen. You have number 4, Odie Okafor. Number 10 is Jimmy Lane. Number 12 is Spencer Kendall, a senior forward. Those first two players were juniors. Next member of the starting lineup is number 23, Anthony Clough, a junior guard, and number 24, Jack Amsler, also a junior. So the Minutemen start 4 juniors and 1 senior. Head coach of the Minutemen is Reggie Hobbs in his 6th season as the head coach of the Minutemen. And now we will have the starting lineup for the Spy Ponders of Arlington High School, and you will notice a change in the starting lineup. As first you have starting tonight is number 10, freshman Bensley Joseph. And Matt, you haven't seen him yet this year, obviously, because he's just a freshman. But this is a talented young player that the Ponders are looking for big things from. We also have number 0, Nick Corrales. We have number 23, Ben Wasco. Tri-captain number 20, Dom Black. And, of course, rounding out the starting lineup for the Spy Ponders, senior tri-captain number 2, Colin McNamara. And the one glaring omission from the Ponder lineup is James Gascoigne, the sophomore forward, out for a while with a concussion. We'll talk about that later, as first we'll have the playing of the national anthem. Kind of a small crowd here, Matt, and this is one thing I don't like about these 6 o'clock starts. It's very difficult, I think, for people to get here, and then when you compound, you know, the weather that we've received these last couple weeks, and difficult to get down side streets and roads and traffic, and you know, it really makes it difficult for people to get here for a 6 o'clock start, I think, anyway.
Well, there are plenty of spots in the parking lot, so hopefully people start to roll in, and they can park their cars nice and easily and come and take a seat and watch this game.
Of course, a lot of the crowd is in red tonight being Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day as we get ready for the start of the game. Tip is controlled by the Minutemen, and then all the way to the basket, getting an easy 2 is number 12, Spencer Kendall, to begin the game.
Yep, he got that tip and he went straight to the basket, and they found him.
Lexington looking like they are in man-to-man defense right now. On the shot clock for 11. McNamara's three is up, no good. Nice rebound there. This Spencer Kendall looks like he might be a player. He's the one that scored the first basket of the game, and he went high for that rebound. Tall, lanky player. He's going right to the basket this time. That's number 24, Jack Amsler, laying it up and in. So the Minutemen out to a quick 4-0 lead. Not really looking like a 5-12 team in this first minute of action.
Nope, couple of quick athletic plays. One by the center, one by the guard, and the Ponders having a hard time staying with them. And we have a travel here on the freshman.
Bensley Joseph called for the traveling violation. 7:03 remaining, first quarter just underway. Minutemen lead it 4-0. Arlington also in man-to-man defense. Oh, nice little swing pass there. Great passing by the Minutemen. There might have been a travel in this. They do pick up that little shuffle there by Okafor. Caused them to turn over.
Good passing, but also good defense by the Spy Ponders there, rotating over. You said they were in that man-to-man defense, but there were a couple of switches that happened there, and they ended up forcing the turnover.
McNamara fakes the three. Ben Waskell thought about the pull-up jumper. Now he does take it. Shot's no good. 2 Minutemen fight for the rebound, but able to stay in bounds was Kendall. Now the Minutemen back the other way. Here's Kendall to the hole, throws it up and in.
He looks strong right now. 4 points already for the big man.
6-0 Minutemen. About 2 minutes played in the first quarter. Three-pointer by Joseph, no good. There's Wasco with the rebound, put back, no. Don Black with the tip in.
Great tip by Don Black, crashing the boards for the Spy Ponders.
First two of the game for the Ponders and Don. Now the Ponders turn it over. McNamara count the basket with the left hand, and he'll go to the line with a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, no call by the ref there, which was the right decision, in my opinion. There wasn't much of an impediment of the progress by the offensive player. Yet it didn't seem to be a charge, so you let the play continue, and Arlington capitalizes.
Early substitution for the Ponders. Number 1 sophomore Jaden Doughton into lineup, replacing Ben Wasco. Collin unable to complete the three-point play, so the Ponders trail by 2, and now they steal it again. Here comes McNamara, 2-on-1 break. To Doughton, puts it up. Wow, what a great athletic play by Kendall on the block. But now the Minutemen turn it back over, and it'll be Ponder ball. Kendall went up with 2 hands on that block. Incredible play. Five and a half minutes in the quarter.
Nice
Carlin
take.
McNamara to the 10, lays it in.
Strong move by McNamara. He's going to have to be aggressive in this game, especially with Gascon out with that concussion, as you mentioned at the top of the broadcast.
Tied at 6. Arlington turns them over again. Don Black, count the basket. Don Black will go to the line with a chance for the three-point play, and the Ponders take their first lead of the game.
Just like that, 6-0 run, 8-0 run for the Ponders here to counter that run by the Minutemen to start the game.
So for Lexington, Jacob Zumazinas, definite candidate for the all-name team, into the lineup, and he replaces Odi Okafor. Black completes the three-point play, and the Ponders all of a sudden lead at 9-6. Remember, they trailed 6-0, but they've been able to turn the Minutemen over, I'd say 2 or 3 times now. Here's Kendall with a little flip, no. Follows his own shot, no. Lexington comes up with another offensive rebound, no. They kick it out, possible 3, they reverse it. Now they take the top of the key 3, no good by Clough. Lexington gets the loose change, and Clough hits the little baseline jump shot.
Now, when they get that many chances at the basket, they're going to score eventually. Arlington having a hard time squeezing the rebound there on the defensive end.
Ponders lead at 9-8, 4.5 minutes left first quarter.
Nice pass.
Inside to Bensley Joseph, and before the shot, a foul will be called against Lexington.
Got him on the backdoor cut. It was a great pass. He drew the foul.
Josiah White into the Minutemen lineup, replacing Lane. Third team foul in the Minutemen. The Pond is yet to commit a team foul in this game. Now Doughton with a little spin move lays it up and in.
For those of you watching at home, replay that right there. Get a little DVR action. That's a great baseline play drawn up by Coach Bowler.
Doughton has two more, and if I'm Lexington, I might call timeout, and indeed they do. So we were impressed with the start for the Minutemen. 6-0 start. Now I think they made a mistake on the score, but right there it is now. Ponders lead at 13-8. So since that time, Arlington has outscored Lexington to the tune of 13-2.
Great run here by Arlington. And, you know, their defensive intensity picked up a little bit after those first few possessions. But overall, Lexington seems to be turning the ball over pretty easily as well. So a combination of those two things led to this run. Arlington has kept their composure the whole time, though. And that's really the way that they're going to be able to win this game if they're not as focused as we expected them to be coming in.
And Matt, meant to bring this up at the beginning of the telecast to everyone at home. Arlington riding a 31-game regular season home winning streak. That streak was extended last week with a home win over Reading High School. And with this game left in one final game on Wednesday, senior night against Winchester, Arlington, I think that would make it 2+ seasons without losing a regular season home game.
Regardless of how big the crowd is, this team loves playing in this gym, and they bring the intensity here just about every game.
Oh, wow, that was a different kind of press for the Ponders, and it just totally confused Lexington. And the result is a corner three for Bensley Joseph.
Arlington looks to spread it on here. They're trapping all over the place right now. And another turnover.
Yeah, McNamara with the good hands was able to deflect it, and it went off the back of Kendall's leg, and it'll be Ponder ball. So the Ponders now with 16 first quarter points, and we're only halfway through the quarter. We're just under the 4-minute mark. 16-8 Ponders. Been an offensive explosion. McNamara drives, loves going that left, and lays it in again.
Great move, strong to the hoop. You're going to see that a lot from him tonight.
Now this time Lexington able to break the Arlington pressure as number 21, Jason Healy, is into the line. About a three-point shot by Clough is long. Amsler dumps it inside. Joseph high for the block, didn't get it, but it somehow altered the shot. And now that time Doughton got it clean. What a great defensive play by Jaden Doughton. Here comes Doughton to the basket, and he'll go to the line for two.
Arlington playing some great defense on the other end, even though they're having trouble grabbing defensive rebounds still early in this game. And then again, going strong to the hoop on the other end, drawing the foul and getting to the free throw line.
First free throw by Doughton is good. Now for the Ponders, number 33, that's Sam Swift into the lineup. And Matt, as you look at the Arlington team, only two seniors, McNamara and Kim. And not only are they young, but there's 6 sophomores dressing for the Ponders. And both free throws for Doughton are good.
The future looks bright for Coach Bowler. I don't know how he keeps doing it.
Yep, we have a freshman in there getting significant minutes now. So, good team this year. Could be even better down the road. Steal by Dom Black. Dom Black's going to take this one all the way to the hook tin himself and lay it in.
And this is how he keeps doing it. He gets guys to get their hands in the passing lanes. He gets guys to deflect balls and get steals just like that one. And here comes almost another.
And a three-pointer there. I turned my head for a second. By Lexington hits a three. 22-11 Ponders. McNamara this time with the right hand all the way to the basket, lays it in.
The offensive output continues. Here's another turnover.
That's a travel. Steal by Doughton, unlucky, he fell with the ball. But there's the football skills there of Doughton coming up with that pick, but unable to land without putting the ball to the floor. So it's 24-11 Arlington. Still have 229. Ponders on pace for 100 plus. They can keep up this frenetic pace. And now again, the Arlington defense causes a bad pass. Turnover Lexington.
If you're a tennis fan, I would argue that's an unforced error right there. But Arlington putting the pressure on, so.
It's in their minds, though, now,
it
too, you know? That's what it really is. So, and Arlington with a short bench tonight, too, with Gascoigne hurt. They really only dressed 10 guys. Here's Don Black. 2 more. A great start for the Ponders. A little pull-up jump shot there is no good. Rebound fought for. They hustle both teams.
Lexington relying on those offensive rebounds here, trying to beat the press over the top and then take a quick shot and get a second chance if necessary, which they did there and couldn't capitalize on that one.
Collins going to take a 3 and make a 3.
He's feeling it right now.
11 first quarter points for the senior tri-captain. Ponders 29, Minutemen 11.
Looking like one of those nights for McNamara. He knows he has to score tonight.
And now an accidental play there by the Lexington player, but Bensley Joseph will commit the reach-in foul, his first, and I think the first on the team. Arlington will go to the bench. Number 22, Stephen McGilvery, into the lineup. And also number 13, senior tri-captain Daniel Kim. Arlington with Black and McNamara up there starting 5 in the game right now. A little tough shot there is no good. A little put back there by Kendall. Kendall with 6. Don Black, wow, Arlington just pulled the ball out of the basket and just went up the court before Lexington even had a chance to get back.
They're trying to put this one away early, it seems, and we thought it was going to be a struggle after the first minute or so, and Arlington has definitely pulled away. They're up 18.
I'm wondering if this is their highest scoring quarter of the season. They have scored 31 first quarter points. Under a minute to go, first quarter. 10 on the shot clock for Lexington. And Amsel lays it in for the Minutemen. I don't know if Arlington saw something in the scouting report about Lexington not getting back on defense, because they seem like they're pushing it even more than they ever have.
Yeah, they're getting right into it. Right off the shot, right off the rebound, it doesn't matter.
Or a make. Here's a good little move here. And putting it up and in. Beautiful athletic play by Okafor. Count it, and he'll go to the line for a 3-point play opportunity.
I think you got to give that foul to Daniel Kim. Good effort there, but he got just a little bit of the arm.
First on Kim, second on the team. There's a 1-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock, so the Ponders sort of can hold for one. Okafor completes the 3-point play.
The way they're playing, I wouldn't be surprised if they go down and shoot and try and get another one.
A steal and another one, sure.
They are going to hold, though.
31-18 Ponders, 22 seconds left in the first quarter. McNamara takes the pull-up baseline shot. No. Rebound for Kendall. Lexington can get a final shot off here if they hurry. And that should have been last touched by Colin McNamara. It will be Lexington ball with 2.8 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Great hustle, though, by McNamara to get back and make sure that there wasn't an easy shot with a couple seconds left.
Looks like they're going to get a shot off. It's Okafor. Ooh, just off. And that's the end of the first quarter.
Nice job by Don Black at the end there to avoid that foul.
Good closeout, no foul. 31-18 Ponders at the break. As you get a look at the Arlington High School cheerleading squad during the intermission between the first and second quarters. So as we get ready for second quarter action, Matt, quite an impressive performance there by the Ponders. Got off to a little bit of a slow start. We were a little concerned when it was 6-0 Lexington, but the Ponders cruised to a 31-18 first quarter lead.
Yeah, and that is on the tails of Colin McNamara there, and he on the coattails of him anyway. He is the high scorer for the Ponders. But Don Black also having an excellent first quarter. Right behind him with 9. So McNamara with 11 and Black with 9 is pretty much 2/3 of the points for the Spy Ponders right now. It'll be interesting to see if some of the other players can get involved.
Only 4 players scored for the Ponders, and I think they played 8 or 9. So everybody getting a chance to play. I think everyone's going to play tonight. Here's Kim to the basket, lost the handle. McNamara, tricky dribbles. McGilvery 5 on the shot clock. Connor's going to have to shoot soon. McNamara's going to get a layup block, but Don Black is there for the put in.
And there he is. I think I misspoke. That actually puts him in the lead. He's the leading scorer for the Ponders tonight with 13. My mistake.
13 for Dom, 11 for Colin. Two-headed monster for the Ponders tonight. Three-point shot from the corner. It is a 3. And that's number 21 for Lexington, Jason Healy.
A little bit late on the rotation there. The Spy Ponders seemed a little comfortable on that possession.
Don Black for 3. He's got it. So I'm wondering if teams would be better off playing zone against Arlington. They're so fast, and I don't know if Arlington, they have the shooting, but teams don't do it.
Nope. I mean, they're showing tonight that they've shot over the top a couple times and made a couple nice threes, but overall, I think you're right. The consistency is not usually there.
Another one for Dom. This one's going to be off to the right. No good.
All right, a little heat check there.
Ooh, nice job there. No call there. It looked like Swift had the position.
I agree with you on that one.
Now Daniel Kim had a notion. Drives base. Oh, the nice pass.
That's a great pass. A little shuffle of the feet there. Slightly shuffled his feet, Stephen McGilvery did. But great pass to find him by Daniel Kim.
Wholesale substitutions for the Ponders. Bensley Joseph, number 10 in. Ben Wasco, number 23. And Nick Corrales, number 0, all checking back into the Ponder lineup. 3/5 of the Arlington starting 5 tonight. As you mentioned at the top of the telecast, no James Gascoigne tonight because of a concussion. Talking to head of basketball operations, Tim Schuler, before the game, he thinks James might be out for a little while.
That's too bad because he definitely is one of the most promising players on this team, and when he gets things going with the inside-outside game with Colin McNamara, it's fun to watch. So best wishes to him. I hope he recovers soon.
Yeah, the Ponders with 3 regular season games after tonight. They finish out the home portion of their season on Thursday, and then they play a little tournament over the weekend during school vacation. The Comcast tournament's actually quite an honor to be invited to that tournament, so the Ponders will be one of 4 teams there. Joseph to the basket, no go, but he'll be fouled on the play and go to the line for 2.
Yeah, I think this is probably the first time that Arlington has participated in something like that, and like you said, invite only, so
correct.
They are quite excited to go and be able to showcase their talents in that tournament.
Their first opponent is Marlboro. That's the only thing we know at this time. The games are at Malden Catholic on Sunday the 19th and Monday the 20th. We'll have more information on those final 2 games during our next telecast. Jaden Doughton back into the Arlington lineup. McNamara's going to get a break. Bensley Joseph at the line. And he hits. Both free throws for Bensley. 5 for the game. Ponders lead at 38-21, 5:24 remaining second quarter.
Sticking with that man-to-man defense, looking pretty good.
Pull up 3-point shot there is no good. Arlington again looking to push. The Corrales to the baseline. Decides to bring it back out, and Arlington will reset the offense. And they're going to get Bensley for a little carry violation.
That's too bad because he looked like he had a head of steam going towards the lane there. Just a little bit of a carry.
Kendall, ooh, he likes that little flip shot there, but couldn't get that one to go.
He's got some nice moves for a big man. He just hasn't been able to finish every time.
Jaden Doughton, pull-up shot, no good. Don Black there, spin, no. Rebound fought for.
You know, for a guard, Don Black is a great rebounder, probably one of the best on this team. He's always under there trying to crash the boards. Good at tipping the ball back up as well.
And Wasco might have got away with a little foul there in the backcourt. The officials allowed them to play on. Kendall misses another shot for Lexington. Inside to Jaden Doughton, who he got hit. Threw it up with the left hand anyway.
Tried the hook shot there.
It looked like his arm got grabbed, and
Yeah.
that's why he went to that shot. And again, looked like Nick might have got a grab on the arm there,
They
too.
are swallowing the whistles here, except for the travel call there on Bensley Joseph. A lot of contact down there. They're letting it go tonight, Don.
And Coach Bowler talking to one of the officials at midcourt, trying to get a feel for what's going on here. But, Ponders can't complain. 5 team fouls for Lexington, only 1 for Arlington. And with Arlington with their, if you're a visiting coach saying, geez, this team plays full court man-to-man defense. They scrap, they reach, they grab, and they've only have 1 team foul. That's hard to believe when you're halfway through the second quarter.
It is hard to believe, especially when your players are hitting the deck like that right there. Arlington plays hard, and you expect fouls to come with that. They just haven't been called for them today, and there's one.
We knew that was
on
coming.
cue.
Yep. Ben Wasco will pick up the foul, his first. I thought Arlington might have 3 team fouls. Scoreboard only shows 2.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
There it is.
Thank you. Spin move by Kendall with the left hand. No. And let's see if they're going to get Wasco for 2 in a row. They will. And that's going to probably cause Coach Bowler to go to the bench and get Ben out before the half.
Well, Coach asked for fouls. I guess he's getting them.
Yeah. So that's been Coach Bowler's modus operandi for the season. 2 fouls in the half. He pretty much takes you out, saving those other 3 for the second half. And that's going to be the case for Ben Wasco right now with his second foul. And Dom Black will check back in. And I'm sure Dom's happy to be back in there with 16 first half points.
Yeah, it makes sense, and you don't want to handcuff yourself for later in the game and may cause yourself to take a player out when you want him to be on the floor in crunch time.
Kendall with 7 on the night. Ponders lead at 38-22. Now an entry pass there stolen by Lexington. Ansler puts it up. No. I think they're going to get Bensley Joseph on a foul. And if they do, I believe that is his second. And let's see if Coach Bowler does the same thing with Joseph that he did with Wasco.
Just like that, the fouls are even, and I'm not so sure I agree with that one there, but the ref saw something.
The 24, Jack Amsler at the line for the Minutemen, misses the first free throw. And a violation on the shooter.
It's pretty rare. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen.
You shouldn't see it in a high school game. Mistake there by Lexington cost them. He made the free throw, right?
He did.
Yeah, it cost his team a point, unfortunately. Nick Corrales pushing it hard. He might just go all the way. And he makes a nice entry pass to Jaden Doughton. Can't get to go. There's Dom Black. Had the shot blocked. I think that was Kendall again. He's long and lean. And he has some hops to him, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but it's still crazy that Dom Black is getting rebounds over a guy like that. Getting his shot blocked is one thing, but he's scrapping for boards.
Colin McNamara's 3, no good. Great hustle there, but he saved. What happened was McNamara saved it to a Lexington player. The Lexington player saw his teammate streaking up court, but he just couldn't get the ball out of his hands fast enough, and he gets called for a traveling violation. That was number 15, Marshall McKenna. So Joseph in there with the 2 fouls with 3:05 remaining in the half. Ooh. That is the matchup. Kendall on Black. Doughton in trouble. Gets it to Benson Joseph. He's going to take the 3. Shot a little long.
It's Dom Black again on the boards, always getting a hand on it. He's really good at that. I don't think anybody on this team is better at getting a hand on the ball when it doesn't look like you're in position to do so.
They rule that Dom was the last player to touch the ball over there on that sideline, so it'll be Lexington ball. 38-22 Ponders. Coming up on 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Here's McKenna hard to the hole. Blocked from behind by Joseph. Joseph hustles and saves it, and the Ponders come back the other way. McNamara from way downtown. No. Oh, wow. He gets his own rebound. That's a mistake by Lexington. Now he's going to lay it up with the left hand. No. Surprising miss by Colin with the left hand. I don't know if that ball was deflected. They say it was not. It'll be Arlington ball.
You're going to see Bensley Joseph go to the bench now, perhaps for that second foul, but Coach Bowler rewarded for leaving him out there with that hustle play on the baseline just a minute ago.
And it's number 4, Adrian Black, into the Ponder lineup. So now Arlington has played all 10 players that they suited up tonight. His dot, no, he's getting banged. No call. Throws it up anyway. Couldn't get it to go. 2 minutes left in the half. Oh, Don Black. I thought Kendall had notion of going up there for the two-hand jam, and instead Don Black just knocked it out of his hand.
Yeah, it looked like a clean layup at the very least. And Don Black, again, getting his hand on the ball. He has a knack for it.
38-22 Ponders. Minute 52 remaining. First half. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Arlington. It'll be Lexington ball. There was a chance maybe that it was deflected off the Lexington play at the last moment. Good D by Adrian Black there. Quiet second quarter for the Ponders, only 7 points. Kendall flips it up. This time he gets it to go. Count it, he'll go to the line for a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, that's why you can never average out the first quarter over the course of a game.
Right.
Don't spread it like that. You never know when the ups and downs are going to come. But Arlington keeping the defense alive, which is keeping their lead intact.
Right, Lexington only 6 themselves, so Arlington outscoring the Minutemen to this point, 7-6. Kendall completes the three-point play. He's in double figures now for the game. Stephen McGilvery back in the Arlington lineup, and he's going to replace Jaden Doughton. Minute 36, Ponders by 13. Same margin of the lead that they had at the end of one. .15 on the shot clock. McGilvery battling down low against 10, Jimmy Lane for Lexington. They get it inside to McGilvery, working hard, puts it up with the left hand, no. Lexington looking to push the other way. Coming up on the final minute of the first half.
Good defense.
There it was. On to a little 3-on-2 here if they push it. Adrian Black to McGilvery. McGilvery puts it up and maybe had it blocked. Great hustle by McGilvery. He's out of bounds. And good hustle by both teams in that situation, but it's going to be Lexington ball. Here's number 33, Tyler Carruthers, the senior guard, checking into the Minuteman lineup for the final 54.4 seconds. Ponders still by 13. Ooh, a little push in the back there maybe by Adrian. They let it go. Arlington will be in the penalty on their next team foul, so they really want to be careful here in this final 40 seconds not to give Lexington any free points. Three-point shot is around the rim and out.
Don Black, great rebound over the big man. I love it.
Yep. He had the ball knocked away from behind. Ooh, there it is.
Swing.
Corrales for three.
Yeah,
Short.
that shot was definitely bothered by Kelly.
But Corrales follows up with the hustle play, and he'll go to the line for two. So he missed the three-pointer. He read the play by Lexington, came around the back door, made the steal, went hard to the basket, and will go to the line for two.
Sneaky play by Nick Corrales. I'm telling you, all these Arlington guards have a nose for the ball. They know where to be. They know how to jump passing routes. That's stuff that they go over.
And Nick hits the first free throw. He has his first point of the game. Now Lexington will go to the bench again. Number 30, Josiah White, back into their lineup. 21.7 seconds remaining. Both teams with 6 first half team fouls. And Nick hits both free throws. 40-25 Ponders. 15 seconds to go.
Go again.
Steal by Arlington. They'll get the final shot maybe now. Corrales fakes, puts it up, flips it with the left hand. No. Rebound fought for. Colin McNamara has it. 7 seconds in the quarter. McNamara to the basket. Too strong. Rebound fought for. 1 second left. Lexington will throw up a final shot. It will not go, and that will be the end of the first half. The score at the end of the first half, Arlington 40, Lexington 25. We'll be back with second half action. And getting ready for second half action, Don Phelan, Matt Rury, and Kevin Wetmore here to bring you the action. And the Ponders with a halftime lead of 40-25. And Matt, your first half thoughts?
Yeah, the Ponders started slow for the first couple of possessions, and we were wondering if they were going to be able to bounce back from that, and they obviously did. Strong first half. very strong from Don Black in particular, but the whole team was playing well. Their typical style of play, getting their hands in the passing lanes, forcing turnovers, and scoring quickly on the other end.
For the Spy Ponders, it will be the same 5 beginning the second half that began the game. Number 20, Don Black. Number 0, Nick Corrales. Number 2, Colin McNamara. Number 23, Ben Wasco. And number 10, Bensley Joseph. Lexington with the first possession of the second half, and it results in a 3-point field goal made by Zach Amsler.
Yep, they're starting just the way they did in the first half. Strong start for Lexington here out of the break.
Amsler with 7, Kendall with 10. Minutemen with the same 5 that began the game for them. Okafor, Lane, Kendall, Clough, and Amsler. There's Ben Wasco with a little pretty inside move there. Couldn't quite get the lay-in. McNamara slowed down that fast break with the hands. Yes, he did. Looked like it was going to be an easy 2 for the Minutemen there. And McNamara saved the basket, I think. A nice inside pass there. Kendall, I don't know if he lost the handle or if Joseph blocked it. Now 3 Ponders converge, and let's see who they're going to get for the call. And I don't think the official was too happy about the reaction of the Ponders after that call was made. Now the official has to confer with the other official who we're going to give that to, because there were 3 Ponders there, and I'm not sure any of them fouled him.
And they are giving it to Wasco. He was the one that
objected the most.
Objected the most, and I agree. I thought that he had the cleanest block. I wouldn't have given it to him. That's his 3rd, and he's also the one that sort of got bumped there by Odi Okafor. They had a little bit of a stare down. I don't know if we caught that on camera, but that's not really something that the referees usually tolerate. So either they missed it or it wasn't as egregious as I thought it was.
So Coach Bowler will go to the bench and bring in number 1, Jaden Doughton, to replace Ben, who picked up that 3rd foul. Free throw is missed. Both free throws missed. Bensley Joseph able to avoid the contact, lays it up and in. What a move.
Great concentration, great control by Joseph there.
He was able to go up, have the defender miss him, and then finish the play. And a nice strong move there by Amsler. Amsler's been pretty good for the Minutemen tonight with 9, but again, Arlington just answering right back the other way as quickly as they can, and Jaden Doughton has a lay-in.
Yep, they just want to push it. Run, run, run. I'll take that.
Steal by the
Surprised
Ponders.
that wasn't a kickball.
Colin McNamara lays it in.
Definitely not intentional, but the player's foot was not on the ground, and it was kicked, so.
Got to be intentional. Deliberate or intentional. So good non-call if that's the way it was seen. 46-30 Ponders, 2 minutes into the second half. Again, I know, Matt, you mentioned an unforced error, and that looks like an unforced error too, but you're just so constantly being hammered by this defense that just makes you second-guess yourself.
Yep, and all it takes is a split second for 2 players to be off the same page, and the turnovers happen just like that.
Bensley pull-up jump shot from just inside the foul line, no good.
Don Black fighting on the defensive or on the offensive boards this time.
Kendall, no. Rebound put back, no. They kick it out. Good job by Lexington on the offensive glass. And Lexington player fouled on the play. Nick Corrales picks up the foul. This will be Jack Amsler at the line for the Minutemen for 2 shots.
And he's come out strong here in the second half.
He sure has.
He's trying to take control of this game on his own, I think.
First free throws are around and out. Amsler, a junior. Second free throw also no good. 46-30, Arlington, 5:23 left. Corrales up and under, no. There's Jaden Doughton fighting for an offensive rebound. Last touched by Arlington, it will be Lexington ball. Stephen McGilvery back into the Arlington lineup, and he's going to replace Jaden Doughton. Interesting substitution there. Doughton had replaced Wasco, and now McGilvery replaces Doughton. Within a matter of only a minute or 2.
I'm not sure what Coach Bowler saw. but obviously something.
A 5-second call there. Great defense by Arlington.
And that's the type of play that is forced by the defense more often than not. You don't see guys just standing around because they know the rule exists. It's the defense that really forces that 5-second call.
Arlington with just an offense is constantly in motion. Here's Joseph to the rack. He got his arm grabbed, and sure enough, he'll go to the line for 2.
So Arlington sort of seems content to have jumped out to this big lead and sort of just play along with Lexington for the next 3 quarters. It seems anyway. They're not being quite as aggressive as they were in that first quarter, but the defense is still there. So I think their thinking should be anyway, we have this big lead, let's just make sure they don't score more than they do the rest of the way, or keep it even, and we're in good shape.
2 free throws for the freshman. He has 9 on the game. Arlington, their largest lead of the game, 48-30. And that almost looked like those plays in the NBA that we saw earlier this season with the extra step there by the Lexington player, traveling violation. You had the Russell Westbrook, I think, was one of them. And then the other one was that 3-pointer by a Cleveland player. At the end of a quarter, we took about 5 steps before he launched a period-ending shot.
Yeah, they're becoming more and more lackadaisical with that call in the NBA. If you can believe it.
Yeah. Again, good defense by Arlington. And it'll be Lexington that takes a timeout. Second timeout called by Coach Hobbs. He finds his team down by 18, almost halfway through the third quarter, 4:12 remaining in the third quarter. So as we mentioned, upcoming games for the Ponders. They will finish out the home portion of their season on Thursday when the Sachems of Winchester High School come into the Kozlowski Gymnasium. And then Arlington will play a final 2-game tournament at Malden Catholic High School in the Comcast tournament. Those games will be on Sunday and Monday. And as I mentioned, I'm going to try to get more information on the times, because on my schedule they're listed as TBA. So I don't know the time of the game. I know Arlington's opponent in the first game will be Marlboro High School. And then, of course, the second opponent won't be determined until the results of Sunday's games. So a little holiday treat if you want to travel down to Malden Catholic High School and catch the final 2 regular season games for the Ponders. Ponders looking to run the table. Technically 15-1. The 2 games against Somerville, but then again, technically 14-0 because those 2 games against Somerville don't count. So I'm trying to figure out if this counts as an undefeated season. I go back and forth with myself. What do you think?
Well, it's an undefeated league season, of course. Overall, I think you have to look at the blemish, and they did play an actual game, even though it's technically considered an exhibition.
Right. Of course, every game, too, for Arlington will just keep their seeding when it comes time for the Division II tournament. And right now, they have to be looking at a #1 seed at being undefeated. Now, how many times do you see a backcourt violation in a high school basketball game? 1 every 10 games. We've seen 2 caused by Arlington tonight.
2 tonight, and again, that's that split second. The Lexington players were they weren't on the same page for just that 1 split second because of the pressure of the Arlington defense, and they throw the ball away.
Sam Swift, number 33, into the Ponder lineup. There's McNamara. Tough shot, no good. And finally, Kendall won a rebounding battle that time against Don Black. He did a great job on the positioning that time. Double team by the Ponders. Swift with a steal. They're going to get Kendall with a foul.
Again, Arlington jump on the passing lanes, causing turnovers. This is how they win games. This is their mantra here.
Yeah, I was wondering about the short bench for the Ponders, actually. We did find out at halftime that Joey Pazia, the sophomore forward, out of the Ponder lineup with a stomach bug illness. So, unfortunately, he's not here tonight. Arlington has played all 10 players that have dressed. And 1 out sick and 1 with a concussion. Wow, what a move by Don Black.
Great move, a little shake and bake. Cross them over to the hole.
18 for the junior tri-captain. And the Ponders now with their largest lead of the game, 20-point lead, 50-30. Amsler, that's a tough shot. And I was going to say, a
It's
good
the
job
other way.
there by the Lexington player, but
Oh,
oh boy.
Kendall's been teed up. That's a technical foul. He must have said something. It could have been anything to the ref.
Well, it had to be something pretty good because in a 20-point game, the last thing you want to do is give a technical to a player or coach for a team that's down by 20. So if he did it, it's warranted. But what had happened on the play is I thought he had done a nice job in getting that rebound, but apparently he did off the ball. He got called for a little push off, and that's what enabled him to get that rebound. And then he said something to the official, and now he's on the bench.
Yeah, I didn't even see his lips move. I just saw that he was standing next to the official and then got the technical real quick. Quick trigger. So either he said something earlier and then followed up on it right there, or it was bad enough that one time that the official decided to throw the technical at him.
How about Bensley Joseph being the player that Arlington chooses to take the technical?
I like it.
Impressive. Again, a mistake up on the scoreboard that's been rectified. It's 52-30 with those made free throws. Oh, good little entry pass there by Joseph. Now it's a hustle play on the floor. Lexington comes up with it. .239 remaining. Third quarter. Ponders by 22. Ooh. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I mean, they've called the slide travel a couple times against Arlington. I don't know why it wasn't called there.
He had possession of the ball and fell with it. I think that should have been a travel. 3-point shot is
Great
up.
defense.
Way off the mark.
And Joseph right back the other way. Strong to the hoop. Look at that. Great block on one end. Streaking down the court on the other.
13 for the freshman. 54-30 Ponders coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And we got to get McNamara with a blocking foul on that one. Little nickel and dime there.
Yep. Little touch foul. It's funny. Early on, the referees seem to be letting a lot of contact go, and now we're seeing more. They're tightening up more on their calls as far as fouls are concerned.
Third team foul on the Ponders under 2 minutes remaining. Third quarter, 4 fouls in the quarter on the Minutemen. So pretty even there. Count the basket. I think they're going to say that Sam Swift got a piece of his arm on the way up.
I hope they're calling Swift because it wasn't McNamara, and that's exactly who they're getting with the foul. And McNamara looked confused yet again.
So did Swift. Jack Amsler with the basket, and he's able to complete the 3-point play. So Amsler now the leading scorer, as Arlington has done a nice job here in the second half against Kendall. Of course, now he's out because he picked up a foul and a technical, and his coach took him right out of the game. I don't know what the philosophy there is of Coach Hobbs. So I don't know if Kendall will be done for the game or at least for a short period of time.
Well, Coach Hobbs was standing right there, so he definitely knows what Kendall said to the ref to earn that technical.
Yep.
He wasn't arguing, so maybe that'll factor in as well.
Short shot there is no good. And throwing it up again is Amsler, no good, but he's fouled on the play. Well, my former coach, Coach John Cody from back in the day, had a zero tolerance policy for technical fouls. As I was subject to that one time, we were getting just jobbed up in Haverhill. We used to play Haverhill back in the day, and they had these same refs every year, and we were getting just annihilated with calls. And I don't remember what I said, but as soon as I said the words and as soon as the tee was made by the official, the next sound was the horn for me to come out of the game and never to return to that particular game.
Well, lesson learned. I'm sure you never got another technical
No.
the rest of your life.
Right. Well, I don't know about that. Not in high school. One of two.
Well, you know those men's league refs, they're usually no good anyway,
That's
so
right.
I hear.
Ask your brother. 1 minute remaining third quarter. 54-34 Ponders. Ben Wasco back into the Ponder lineup with those 3 fouls, remember. Kind of got bottled up in traffic there, but Collins there to bail him out. Kim, nice little pass. Ben, I don't think he was ready for that. Ball's still loose.
Yeah, it's
Lexington
tough with a bounce pass to a big man in the lane like that. I'm not sure that Wasco was looking for it down low like that.
McNamara went for the steal and came up with it for the Ponders. But now the loose ball retrieved by the Minutemen.
Great block by Wasco. I'm shocked he didn't get a foul call on that one.
Don Black going to the basket, lays it up and in. 56-34, 14 seconds remaining, third quarter. Ponders led it by 15 at the half, so they've extended that lead here in the third quarter. A steal by the Ponders. Swift is going to launch it. A buzzer, no.
It had the distance, not the accuracy. It's close.
So the Ponders really done a nice job defensively since the first quarter. Lexington had 18 after one. They only scored 7 second quarter points and only 9 third quarter points. So the Ponders extend their lead, 56-34 after 3. And as we had the shot of the Arlington cheerleaders there during the third quarter intermission, there was a junior squad member. So yeah, if you DVR'd the game, go back and take a look at that. That was impressive. So we're going to check the Ponder lineup as we get ready for fourth quarter action. Be number 2, Colin McNamara. Number 33, Sam Swift. Number 20, Don Black. Number 13, Daniel Kim. Number 23, Ben Wasco will be the 5 to begin the fourth quarter for the Ponders.
And as usual, the Ponders break the huddle first. Coach Bowler with a sign there that he's confident his team is going to go out and execute. He doesn't need to tell them much more.
Well, they've increased the lead every quarter, 13, 15, and now 22. That's a pretty good game when you do that every quarter. Black, the spin move, turns around and goes in, 22.
Nice move in the paint to keep his pivot foot, little post-up action. He's showing it all tonight.
Again, the Ponders achieving their large lead of the game, 58-34. Going to the basket there, no good for Lexington. Arlington with the numbers. Wasco fakes, drives to the basket, flips it up and in. Ben has his first points of the game.
Nice job for him to get out there and get a bucket because he's had an inconsistent game, partially because of the whistles that are being thrown his way, but he's been aggressive on defense, so good to see him score there.
Ponders by 26. Nice little spin move there by Odie Okafor, count the basket. He'll go to the line with a chance for a three-point play, and I think that'll be Ben Wasco picking up foul number 4.
Yep, his aggression on defense didn't pay off that time, but I do like that he's contesting pretty much every shot that comes his way and not afraid to pick up a foul, even though he did have 3, and now he's got the 4th. So we'll see. 7 minutes to go. He might see some time again towards the end of this quarter, but he is going to have to be careful if he gets back onto the court.
It's Jaden Doughton, number 1, his replacement, and picking up that 4th foul. They try to get it inside too, Jaden, but ball's knocked out of bounds by Lexington. 22 on the shot clock, 6:55 in the fourth quarter. Don spins, keeps the pivot foot, flips it in.
Again, showing the post moves. It's that same move pretty much. He is definitely feeling confident tonight.
2 dozen for him, and now Colin McNamara with the backcourt defense causes yet another Minuteman turnover.
Yeah, you mentioned the backcourt violations, but the Ponders have also turned the ball over or forced a turnover, I should say, in the backcourt multiple times tonight. So their pressure defense is certainly working.
Well, he was being held as he made his cut, fought right through it, and has 2 more. I don't know what his season and/or career high is, but you have to figure Don Black is approaching that with 26 points with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Nice little left-handed flip move there. That's number 10, Jimmy Lane, with his first basket of the evening. And again, the Ponders just rip the ball out of the court and push it up the court as fast as possible.
Yeah, and I think they're relying on Don Black here. Colin McNamara, usually one of their better scorers, but he has been deferring to Don Black in this game, and they know that Black is the one that's on fire tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't know if Colin's even scored here in the second half. Sam Swift for 3. Swift on the board tonight for the first time. And the Ponders lead it by 67-38 score. It's 29-point Ponder lead. Ponders just won't let the foot off the gas pedal, will they?
That's the name of the game when it comes to basketball around here. Get that lead and extend it. Put the clamps on the other team on defense.
I know you like to go to Celtics games. Did you get a chance to go to the Paul Pierce finale?
Oh, boy.
This is about his fourth. Ooh, now it got a little physical there as Jaden Daughton was trying to set a pick, and the Lexington player just decided, I'm going to crash right through it, as it'll be Jimmy Lane on the foul. But
yeah.
He's had a couple send-off parties now, hasn't he?
He has had a couple send-off parties. This was the big one, though,
Was it
where
good?
people knew that he was definitely not coming back
Right.
as a player again, regardless of whether the teams meet in the playoffs. That's a pretty far-fetched notion. It would have to be the NBA Finals, so people are realizing that. As Lexington brings the ball back up the other end. Nice little move.
There's our man Amsler in the second
yep.
half. He's been good. 15 on the game.
But yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better Super Bowl Sunday,
Right.
regardless of the Patriots' outcome there, because I was still riding high from seeing Paul Pierce back in Boston and the energy that was in that building. So whatever happened in the Super Bowl, I was focused on the Paul Pierce stuff, and it was just an incredible day overall for all of New England sports.
Colin McNamara with the drive and the lay-in for 2 more. 15 for Colin on the game. Amsler for 3. Put back there is good for number 15, Marshall McKenna. I'm trying to. I was away when that happened, but the game was on in the background. Did they kind of let him score, or did he hit a legit shot, or what happened?
Well, he started in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game. They ran a play for him, his patented elbow jumper, as Tom Black gets to the free throw line, and he missed a shot. They took him out, and he literally did not see the floor until there were 20 seconds left in the game. And Isaiah Thomas gave a half-hearted attempt at defending a three-pointer, but they, again, ran another play for Pierce. He stepped into a long three, and he rattled it in typical Paul Pierce fashion. So definitely you couldn't have scripted it any better, and I'm sure that he's happy to have knocked down his final shot in Boston. Actually, it was 18 years to the day that he scored his first points in the NBA, which is strange because there was a lockout that season. So
That's
having
why.
it in February being his first NBA game, you literally couldn't write this in a movie, and it happened
nice,
to him.
yeah.
So
Yep.
some interesting stuff there for all
So
you
for-
basketball fans out there.
So for the Ponders, some substitutions as Colin McNamara and Dom Black check out of the lineup. They're replaced by Adrian Black and Stephen McGilvery. I think that'll be the end of the night for the 2 leading scorers for the Ponders tonight, as most nights. Dom's going to finish with 28, and Colin's going to finish with 15. So nice night there by the guys. McGilvery's going to be called with the closeout foul. Seventh team foul for the Ponders. Lexington with 6, so this final 3:48, both teams will be in the bonus. But I don't think it's going to be too much of a factor.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see how much the refs want to get out of here and or slow this game down.
Well, depends on if they have Valentine's Day plans. And another free throw violation. I think this one's on Arlington. Seeing 2 backcourt violations and 2 free throw violations in this game. Rarities in a high school basketball game. Both free throws from McKenna. 4 points for him tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see how Adrian Black runs the show as the point guard without Colin or Dom in there. Onto a little bit of like a weave type of offense there. Adrian's going to take the little pull-up jumper. No. 3.5 minutes remaining in the contest.
Ooh, carry. Yep, got to call that.
Yeah.
Amsler got caught in the middle of a move there. But again, good defense by the Ponders. If the player's not in defensive position there, he's got an open lane to the hoop. He doesn't get stuck in the middle, and he doesn't turn it over.
Now Coach Hobbs is going to go to the bench and let some other players in there. Number 14, Rudvik Patel in the lineup. Oh, flip shot there is no good by Swift, but he fights hard for his own. He puts it up. No, he's fouled on the play. Also for Lexington is number 2, who's not in our lineup, and I'm wondering, Matt, could that be Ron McPhee?
I think it must be, and he's probably in there specifically because we're probably not going to see Spencer Kendall again. He's got his warm-up shirt on over his jersey.
Oh,
he's
wow.
had that on for a little while now. I thought that maybe he was just feeling a little cold over there, but it appears as though his night was over when he picked up that technical foul.
Yeah, and what you have too now is, of course, Coach Hobbs is doing a nice job of getting some other guys into the game. As number 32, David Stump, a senior guard, is in the lineup. I don't think he's played much, if at all, before now. So he's doing a good job of getting his other players into the game. Now there's some discussion at the scorer's table. And now it seems to be resolved. A little explanation to Coach Bowler, and we can resume play with Swift getting his second free throw. 1 of 2, but there's Jaden Doughton for the rebound. He's going to put it back up. No, rebound fought for. Doughton comes away with it again. How about Daniel Kim hitting the 3?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The tri-captain on the score sheet with a 3. And the Ponders break it open 75-44. Under 3 minutes remaining in the game. A nice little move there by McKenna.
Just got to let the clock tick away here. You don't want to play poorly and let your energy down because that might form some bad habits for the next game, but you still want to sort of milk this thing down and get that win.
Jaden Doughton, no. Here's Kim. He has 2 more with a hustle put back.
Strong rebound there on the offensive end.
See, the problem for Arlington is they only dressed 10 players tonight, and Lexington dressed 13 or 14. So when Coach Hobbs is going down his bench here at the end to get some players in, Arlington is still playing with their second unit in theory.
Well, that could be a good thing for Arlington, too. I mean, they're going to need all these players to step up if they're going to do well in the tournament.
Shot there is missed. Rebound fought for. Another block shot for the Ponders. Another stuff there. Oh, my goodness. I don't know if they're going to get Adrian Black on that foul on the arm.
Yep, he was in the fray there. I couldn't really tell whether he got him or not, but the ref was in good position.
The bottom line is going to result in 2 free throws for Marshall McKenna, a senior forward who has had a nice second half as he misses that first free throw, unfortunately for him, but he's had a nice second half battling in there and grinding his way to a half dozen points. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the contest. Doughton, nice little flip pass to McGilvery. He's hammered. They're going to let that one play through. Under 2 minutes to go. McPhee with a double dribble. Although we have not confirmed that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't refer to him that way, but I thought it might be him. We have to get that on our score sheet. No number 2. Steal by McGilvery. He's got Adrian Black ahead of the pack.
Oh.
And he's fouled on the play. And Adrian goes down hard. Let's hope he's okay.
That actually looked like a pretty good play by the Lexington player to knock the ball out. He just had a little extra after he knocked the ball out and hit Adrian Black. But that was going to be a nice steal had he not followed through like he did.
Adrian's first free throw is no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Lexington ball. Drive there, no good on the lay-in. Minute 37 to go. Swift looking for Doughton on the baseline pass there, but it didn't work.
And it looked like he thought Doughton was going to be cutting to the basket, and Doughton kind of stopped, and there wasn't enough spin on the ball to get to him.
McKenna out of the Lexington lineup. He must be a favor of the teammates. They all got up and gave him a fist bump or a high five as he went to the bench. He worked hard.
Well, he is a senior, so it's probably one of the last couple of games that they have with him. And he was all over the place. He definitely had a high energy level tonight.
There's McGilvery for 2. So Stephen McGilvery on the board. Nice little, was that off the sideline entry pass or the out of bounds pass? Now scoring for the Minutemen is Patel. 79-48 as we approach the final minute. Adrian Black, the only player for the Ponders that has not scored. See if they can get him a look.
He was looking for it there.
Yeah, he had a couple free throws that he was unable to connect on earlier. Now the Ponders with the steal. Good hustle there by Lexington, keeping it alive. To McGilvery, to Doughton. Doughton puts it up. No, hits the deck again, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Getting a little hectic down there in the last minute of play.
And this will be Jaden Doughton at the line. Nice game tonight by Jaden with 8 before these free throw attempts. And his first free throw is good. Chance for double figures for Jaden if he can knock this one down. Second free throw no good. 40 seconds remaining in the game. Nice little coast-to-coast move there. That's number 33, Tyler Carruthers.
A little matador defense by the Spy Ponders. I think they've sort of decided to mail the last 30 seconds in here, and I don't blame them. They're up 30.
Ponders, in theory, can hold. It's about only about a 10th differential. Adrian Black is on the board.
That's what you're looking for. Everybody scores.
Exactly what I was looking for. All 10 Ponders have scored tonight in an impressive 82-50 score with under 10 seconds to go. Three-pointer at the buzzer. Will not go. So the Ponders give up 16 fourth-quarter points, but I'm sure that was due to a lot of the fact that the game was well in hand, as they scored 26 of their own in the fourth quarter, as defense was lacking there at the end. The final score here from the Kozlowski Gymnasium: Arlington 82, Lexington 50. Matt and I will be back with post-game guests.
Hey everybody, it's Matt Rury here with ACMI, and the Arlington Spy Ponders have taken down the Lexington Minutemen 82-50, and I'm here with freshman Bensley Joseph. And Bensley, welcome to your first interview with us. And just first question is, it looked like everybody on the team scored tonight. Is that something that you guys try and pride yourselves on? Do you try and distribute the ball a lot? Because you have the main scorers, Don Black and Colin McNamara, but you really need everybody else to be involved as well. How do you guys go about sort of spreading the ball around like you did tonight?
Practice, just learn to push the ball up forward, just look to the open man, and that's what we usually do tonight, and just going to keep doing it and working on it every day.
All right, and one other question for you. What do you pride yourself with as far as your game is concerned? It looks like you're a high-energy player out there. A lot of the guys on the team are high-energy players. What do you think that you do the best as far as what you can do to help this team win games?
Just control the pace, run defense, just get in my man, just lock down. When we need a big bucket, just try to show up for the team and everybody and the guys on the squad.
All right, well, Bensley Joseph, the true freshman, we're looking forward to seeing many more games with him in the Arlington lineup, and we'll be bringing in Don Black shortly. All right, and here again, Matt Rury with Don Black. He is the high scorer for the game today, also a career high for him, 28 points. And Don, we know that you are a good scorer, but I want to focus first on everything else that you do, because you seem to be one of the guys that gets his hands in the passing lanes more often than not. You're a great rebounder for somebody your size, and I saw you in there against some of the bigger guys on Lexington, battling for rebounds. What is it about your game that you take pride in as far as that's concerned?
It's just hustling. It's hard work, and they could be bigger than you, stronger than you, but it's precision. It comes down to precision, and it's the way you read it off the hoop. It's the way you jump the passing lanes on defense, and everything's down to the numbers. It's little by little, and it pays off.
So it's usually you and Colin McNamara that are doing all the scoring, and he seemed to be deferring to you a little bit tonight. Is that something that you guys talk about and you sort of ride the hot hand?
If whoever's flowing, we just give them the ball. It could be me, it could be Colin, Bensley, James, anyone. And it's really just a team effort, all in all. So,
Yeah, you guys have a lot of high-energy games. You're high-energy players, and I think that's a lot of the way that you win a lot of games. How is it coming into a game against Lexington, a team that hasn't really had a great season? How is it that you guys can keep your focus and really put them away the way you did after a little bit of a slow start tonight?
Well, we know Lexington's good even though the record doesn't show it. And we just got to play every game the same way because then tournament time comes. And if we're playing down to these teams, then we're going to be getting killed by the better, bigger, stronger teams. So, I mean, every team is the same to us. So we just play the same way every time.
It's a great mentality to have. Dom Black, Matt Rury, good luck in the tournament, Dom, and good luck for the rest of the season. Congratulations on your career high, too.
And we're back with Coach Bowler. Coach, congratulations on tonight's win.
Thank you. You know, it was a great team effort. You know, we had 10 guys dressed, 10 guys played a lot of minutes, and everyone contributed. So it's, you know, it was a great win for us.
Set the tone in the first quarter with 31 first quarter points. I'm not sure what your high water mark is for the season, but it also seemed to me that you guys really, even more so than other games, when Lexington scored or turned it over, you guys were really pushing it bad the other way. I don't know if you felt like there was a weakness with that team in transition, but you guys really pushed it tonight, and as I mentioned, 31 first quarter points.
Yeah, it's great. Friday night we had 30 in the second quarter versus Woburn, but they played all zone, so this was like, you know, different. They played man. You know, we knew if we can play at our tempo, up whether they score or they miss, you know, just take it out fast and push it down their throat. You know, 'cause we you know, our style of play is we want to play a bunch of guys that, you know, they don't want to play as many guys. So the more we can wear them down, the better it is for us.
And as you mentioned after my first question, that all 10 players played significant minutes, and all 10 scored tonight with Adrian getting a late moment basket there. That's going to be satisfying when they all get you know, they're all in that score sheet with points, you know?
Oh, yeah, it's great. I mean, all 10 guys that were in uniform today, like, I mean, they all can play. And if they, you know, if they were probably on a different team in the Middlesex League, we'd get a lot more minutes. But, you know, I mean, practices are intense because, I mean, they're all players and they all compete, you know, hard. And it was great to see everyone have success tonight.
Leading the way tonight, Dom Black with 28, his career high, as Matt mentioned when you spoke to him. He had quite a game.
Yeah, I mean, he had 26 on Friday, I think, 25, 26. He's just, you know, he's done everything for us this year. You know, he's, you know, similar to like a Miles Robinson type where he can, you know, guard big guys, guard small guys, can score on the perimeter, can take it down low. You know, just a very special player.
So the Ponders will look to extend their 32-game now home regular season win streak with the home finale coming up on this Thursday when they host the Sachems of Winchester High School. So that will wrap things up here from the Tozlowski Gymnasium. I'd like to thank our guests, Coach Bowler, Bensley Joseph, and Dom Black, my partner Matt Rury, Kevin Wetmore behind the camera tonight. Once again, your final score here, Arlington High School 82 and Lexington High School 50.